Hi, welcome to story time. Tonight, we're going to look at my sketchbook, and I'm going to talk about some goalies that I've drawn and what they might mean to me. Come sit down. Okay, first up, we're starting off with goalie gloves. These are goalie gloves made by Lefevre. I'm a horrible pronunciation, but I believe that's how it's pronounced. Anyway, they're a legendary goalie company. I'm sure you all know of them. This was a really cool design that somebody had made, so I drew that. Moving on. Got some blank pages. That's a sketch of Fargo that never got colored. Some clothing sketches in here. That's a sketch of my partner Courtney's shop. Some Ralph Lauren. Moving on, the rest should be goalies, I think. Cujo in his Detroit days. Cujo is always one of my favorites. I liked his gear. Another Hasek, I should say another Red Wing, Dominic Hasek. He looks a little crazed in this photo, but I think that might just be how he looked. I loved Hasek. He was probably my favorite goalie of the 90s. Of course, we have Don Edwards. I love Don. It's very cartoonish in this picture, but I liked his look, and his look was kind of cartoonish, which was really cool. There we have a picture that didn't work out. Another picture that didn't work out. Richard Brodeur, the original King and the original Brodeur. Oh, in the second best jersey ever made in the NHL. We have another picture that didn't work out. This is the most recent drawing that I just posted a few minutes ago, actually. Kirk McLean. I loved Kirk McLean's style. He's very true to his Vaughan roots and stayed with that his entire career. Played for a bunch of weird teams at the end. I think he was even with Carolina for a while. New York. But most everybody thinks of him as a Canuck. Another picture didn't work out. I got a lot of pictures in here that didn't work out. This next one is Kelly Hrudey. And Kelly Hrudey, if the Kings never changed to the black and gold, or black and silver rather, color. So I did him in purple and yellow, which is, I think, the more suitable Kings. Purple is a very regal color, so to me that always fits with the Kings. And I loved his bucket. Another kind of a jersey mismatch here, or a what-if jersey. If Carolina had never changed their colors, had just changed the logo from Hartford and kept the whale colors. Trevor Kidd in his beautiful Brian's gear. Another Cujo. This was Cujo, I think, right after, maybe the season after he came to the Oilers. And he was still in his Louisville before he switched to, I think he was in Heaton and Cooper. It all blurs together for me. It was a long time ago. This one is my favorite picture. All right, Beezer. I love Beezer. Actually had the gloves when I was a kid, and I always wanted the pads. I didn't quite have the pads, but I had a similar pad, and that logo is the hardest logo ever to draw in hockey. and his mask was incredibly hard to draw as well. But I love the Beezer. I wish that goalie still had more of a look like he did. His look was truly iconic. John Brown. That was his gear. So another Beezer. He played for Philly late in his career. Again, a really odd team for him to play for, but I love those pads. And we have Jerry Cheevers in his legendary mask. I think this was in 74. Probably should be better up on that history, but I believe this was 74, possibly the Canada Cup. I wish Canada would still keep their blue pants. I love the blue trim. That was always such a neat color. Now they kind of replaced it with black, and I don't really care for the black. But he's a legend, definitely. This is a gentleman named Nathan who last week received, or there were a couple posts on Instagram that he was not doing well with the virus currently, so I decided to draw a picture of him, and Justin at the Goalie Guild was able to get that to his girlfriend for him, so hopefully he was able to see that, and hopefully he's doing better now. So I thought that would be something that would maybe try to lift his spirits a little bit, but anyway, I hope he's doing well. As you can tell, I don't really go through the page by page, I just pick a page. This is the Bulin Wall, Javi Bulin, back at the original Jets. This setup right here is what got me into loving the Cooper Reactor, possibly the most legendary pad and gloves of all time. Javi was good with the Jets, he was good with the Coyotes. Fortunately, he cost the Flames a cup in 2004. Nonetheless, still a favorite of mine. I think just a couple more in here. Martin Brodeur with his New Jersey Devils logo too far to the right, but anyway, this was from, I think, his rookie season. He still had his old blue mitts from. Moving on, Martin Brodeur from his rookie season with New Jersey, with his logo too far to the right. He still had his blue mitts from juniors, I believe. He still also had a mustache. So that's a legendary picture, though, because I love his pads. I love the green on the Devil's sweater. These are DR pads and Heaton gloves. Just fantastic. So I think we have one more in here, and that is Mike Vernon. The picture that I posted of this Mike Vernon did not have this in here. See, I messed up on the name originally. But Mike Vernon was my favorite goalie growing up. I grew up in Calgary. He was small, just like me. He was feisty. He was fantastic, and probably the reason why they won the cup that year in '89. So, always one of my favorites. Never got to meet him, but I did once see him get out of his Ford Bronco and make sure that his back tailgate was secure. And that was as close as I ever got to meeting Mike Vernon. But still my childhood idol, I'd say. And I think that's it. We're back to the front here. So, thank you for joining me on this little story time. Wasn't very long, but I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you later.